Hello, today we're going to be taking a look at the intro of Al Stewart's Year of the Cat. Right? So this intro and the recording does not have any guitar, it's all piano. But today we're going to look at how we can mimic some of those piano techniques using our guitar. So we can make ourselves a little bit more versatile and be able to play stuff that's outside of our instrument but still sounds like the original riff. Okay, so this riff is going to use 4 chords together. We're going to use 2 types of a D chord. We're going to start off with our C major 7 chord. So if you're not super familiar with that, it's just your C chord minus the first finger. So third finger is on 3 of A. Second finger is on 2 of D. And then open strings and we mute the low E. And so to kind of get that left hand followed by right hand technique of a piano, we're gonna hit the A string and then we're gonna strum the rest of the chord to kind of mimic the left hand on a piano hitting the root note before the right hand plays the rest of the chord. And then we're going to play we're going to go to a D chord. Just your standard D chord, but to spice it up a little bit and to give it some of that movement that the piano has, we're going to put our third finger on the 4th fret of the G string. We're going to add a B to that D chord. Keep everything the same and keep your first finger on 2 of G because then the 4th finger is going to lift up. So we're going to get... So we have that C major 7 chord. Then we move to the D, put our 4th finger down. Then strum again and lift the 4th finger up. Then we're going to move to our E minor chord. So that's our first chord progression. And if we just want to go through it without all the right hand business. So practice those chord transitions and then work on speeding them up and using a little bit of that right hand technique to mimic the piano. And then there's a little run on the piano that we're going to mimic on the guitar. So this is done with open strings. We're going to start open B. So we're going to hit open B twice, and then we're going to hammer on to 1 of B. And then we're going to pull off to open B. I like to do this with a down up on my right hand. And then we're going to hit open G once, hit it twice, and then hammer on our 2nd finger to the 2nd fret. So it sounds kind of like a lot of notes, but it's only 4 notes. We're just doing a couple extra strums in there. Open, open. Open, hammer on, pull off on B on 1. Then open G. Open, hammer on to 2. So the third time we do it, we don't finish with the little run at the end. We have another kind of left-hand bass part to do. So we're going to do the same thing. C major 7. We're going to do that kind of D with the added B there. Regular D. E minor. And then you can either use your third finger because it's already there, or I like to use my first finger. But we're going to do 2 of D, open D, 3 of A. And I like to do this with down, up, down on the right hand. Then we're going to go to our A minor. A minor 7. So we're going to have a regular A minor. We're just going to remove that third finger. So first finger is on 1 of B. Second finger is on 2 of D. And we have the open A string and the open E string. And then we're going to take our second finger, move it down to the G string, 2nd fret, and add our third finger to the E string, 2nd fret, and we're in D7. So let's go over that third part again. So we have, starts out the same as all the others, C major 7, D with the added B, D, E minor. Then we have the little walk down. So D2, open D, 3 of A. Then we go to A minor 7, and now D7. All right, let's go through all of this just in its simplest form with just the chord shapes. Then we'll add in some right hand stuff to make it sound a little bit more piano-like. So we're going to go C major 7, D with an added B, regular D, E minor. We're going to repeat that. C major 7, D, E minor. We're going to repeat it this time with a different ending. C major 7, D, E minor. And we're going to have our little bass walk down. A minor 7, D7. So you can tell just from the chords by themselves, there's a lot of 7 chords in there, and chords with added notes like that B with that D. That kind of give this song kind of a mysterious vibe, and that's kind of what they're going for. So, all those 7 notes in there really spice things up. So hopefully this will add some chords to your repertoire that you haven't maybe played before. And they're all kind of similar to chords we have played before. You know, with that C major 7, we're just removing 1 finger. We have a little bit of a new type of D chord. And then with E minor is the same, but that A minor 7, we're just removing a finger. And then the D7 is a little bit different fingering wise, because we're used to doing our D with the first finger on top. This time we're going to do it with the second finger on top. So we can move this note back to here for our 7. Alright, let's work on putting all these pieces together and making this sound a little bit more piano-like in the process. So let's start off with our C major 7. We'll try to do this at a slow tempo. We'll do it first just with the basic chords in time and maybe a little bit of the bass note stuff, and then we'll do it once more, adding a couple other things like the run on the B and the G string. So we'll start off just C major 7, D, E minor, C major 7, D, E minor, C major 7, D, E minor, walk down, A minor 7, D7. And there it is. That's all it is. So if you want to do it super basic, if that's what you can manage right now until you get your chord transitions nice and quick, just do it like that. All downstrokes. And I would add in that little walk down. Remember that's starts on D, 2, open, 3 of A, into the A minor 7. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll add a couple things to it. So C major 7, D, E minor, C major 7, D, E minor, C major 7, D, E minor, walk down, A minor 7, D7. All right, so now we can add a little bit more of those piano tricks in there to get this sounding a little less than just like chords being strummed on a guitar. So we're gonna add in that hitting that bass note first on that C major 7. Then we're gonna add in the B to the D. And then we're gonna add the little run. Let's try and add those things in. Still pretty slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's adding in a little bit of right hand technique. I'm hitting the bass note and then strumming the rest of the chord for the A minor 7 too. And then I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for the D7 there at the end. Just to give a little bit of build up like you would on a piano, hitting the keys very fast at the end. Da, 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 da. All right, let's try that one more time. Pretty slow with those added little extra notes in there. 1, 2, ready, go. And one more time, we're gonna do it a little bit faster, just if you feel you've gotten to that point, or you want to try out any of these techniques a little faster. We'll do it at about the tempo they do it maybe on the record. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. So that might have been a little bit under the tempo they do it on the record. But yeah, play around with this. It's always fun when you can find parallels between instruments and find riffs that you can play across multiple instruments. So that way we don't get in the habit of just sounding like strummed chords on a guitar. We're taking in other musical techniques and trying to integrate them into our playing in a way that sounds good. All right, have fun with this song.